Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Victory at Sea Pacific, episode number 16, I guess. So I'm in the middle of this bombardment of the Marshall Islands, and I decided it's a good time to come back on. We have two new things to show you. First of all, doing the bombardment itself, letting these guns regenerate, actually gives you more war bonds during the raid, or maybe... No, I actually think that that's just straight true. I've been targeting these same facilities I was targeting last time, and now I'm getting more war bonds for it again, and I just unlocked, because I guess anytime you're gaining war bonds, I think you're also gaining experience. They're probably tied. So we just reached level 4. We unlocked the Cleveland class light cruiser. This is the first thing. I don't know what will happen after this. Okay, wow, amazing. First of all, amazing. We unlocked the B-24 Liberator. We can basically replace every Catalina if we want. The Catalinas have longer range for ASW, but the B-24s are just much better multi-purpose. They drop, they do level bombing, not from as high as the B-17s, but I always bring the B-17s down for the actual bombing run, and they don't have a higher ceiling than the Zeros. So pretty much in every way, the B-24s they can replace the B-17s and the the Catalinas. Both. The Cleveland I don't think is that good, but we'll look at it. I'm trying to remember exactly what its statistics are, but I don't think we'll be using it. Okay, so ASW, and that's it. Okay, good. So several things have happened off camera. I mean, basically the time leading up to this. I kept thinking, should I continue this bombardment? And I think yes, because this is the bombardment which we need to do to prep for our invasion. Plus, it looks like that the more things we're going to kill here, maybe searchlights don't count, but we'll find out anyway. More things we kill here, the more war bonds we get, so let's just kill everything. Now, I did that, we'll come back to that in a second, but what you'll notice is that there has been a sighting of another Japanese fleet that has 2 cruisers and 1 light cruiser. It looks like it's sailing, somehow we missed it, sailing from Marshall Islands to make an atoll is what I predict it was doing. Even though we were doing the exact same thing, we somehow missed them. And that's what happens. It's a big Pacific Ocean, right? So what are we going to do? We're not going to cheese the game. I could just cheese and, hey, let's just launch some dive bombers from here. I did kind of cheese that up in Kamchatka, Komodorsky, but I at least prepped ahead of time. So I didn't feel as bad about that. Now, what are we going to do about this situation then? Well, in theory, I would have Task Force 19 come back down, but I was really also hoping that the British cruisers who actually detected this fleet would move to intercept. That also doesn't look like it'll be the case. So as of right now, I'm relying on Submarine 04, Subgroup 4, who is my USS Albacore, to do something about this. And they probably aren't able to. Essentially, there's going to be situations like this where I actually don't have anybody in position to help, because priority number 1 for this Task Force 19, is going to be take Marshall Islands. Then we can worry about all the fleets, and then we're denying the Japanese this base of operations. We're also taking some of their supply, but above all those other things, we get the war bonds from taking over the port itself, which is very important. And until they retake it, if they ever do, we also get the war bond income increase. So let's see if we can get... I think I can actually enter the raid, and then it'll automatically reform our formation. So let's do some final bombardments here. Take out this searchlight. Searchlights aren't... Well, we should definitely take out that. I think I am firing at it with the rear guns, but we'll fire at it with the super firing guns as well. And now, while the guns are reloading, excuse me, I'm going to give an order to return. Turn away. And then I want to quickly click on one of my guns so that they don't fire. Yeah, I could actually go and do the thing I was talking about doing last time, which is just manually removing them from the turret in the fleet crew member management screen. But I don't want to do that if we can avoid it. So just destroy the searchlights. I don't know if they give me any points. We'll find out. 1014. So I don't know how to deal with that surprise fleet. That didn't help. I only want to use the rear guns anyway. We did take, I mean, last episode we did have the tragedy of losing a destroyer in a combat, which we really shouldn't have lost a destroyer in. But hey, you know, as I was saying, it's only a Clemson. Who cares about the hundreds of American lives lost, right? So yeah, obviously a very much overly callous viewpoint. But we can just say, as I was trying to attribute, so yeah, that actually does give us some war bonds. Taking out these searchlights. You could just attribute it to the same kind of, like, the scale of our victory at Midway makes me want to have a few losses, because that was such a kind of gamey situation. Didn't feel quite right. It's not like the actual Midway. Yeah, it's 3 war bonds. 3 war bonds per spotlight, I guess. It's not like an actual Midway where the Americans... I mean, it was the strategy and the tactics which played out. This is not that at all. This was more, you know, we had infinite planes, and which is already weird. But we had to... I started using a lot of them because we had bugged out fighter craft and whatever. So another thing, the Chicago actually took a hit from one of the 6-inch coastal guns. That was another mistake of mine. Oh dear. Please be the same ones. Oh, these are not. Holy cow. Speaking of Komodorski and having those, the Dauntless dive bombers ready to go. And I think we have a B-17 here. Okay, well, we should do our due diligence. And by that, in this case, I mean we should swap out the B-17s for the B-24s now. I doubt either of them are going to make it. We'll build and swap and replace this directly. And we'll get this B-24 out. Her range is also sufficient. I think it's slightly less than the B-17, not exactly sure. She'll be coming from a weird angle. Anyway, this is bizarre. I'd say there's almost no way we can hold Komodorski. These tugs have range to help, so we're going to move them in an effort to help. Let's move these over to, we'll just kind of reposition everything west by 1. These can't quite make it, so they will, obviously they're just going to stay there. And I think we have a, yeah, 1 gunboat over here. We might as well move this one over to, I don't know, Kiska, just to move him west. There's no point in leaving him where he is, the Dutch harbor. All these are basic ports. If we lose them, it's okay. It's extremely bizarre that they're, well, I don't know. There could be some tactic involved here. We don't know what's in the Japanese minds, and although in a gamey sense we know it's an AI, let's kind of dismiss that for the moment. And we don't know what the IJN's Imperial Japanese Navy has for like a grand strategy. What is their plan? Is it to push the Aleutian Islands to get in range of mainland USA? That's a scary thought. I'm thinking that we will react by sending CTF Able with her complement switched out to be only the Lexington classes, and send her with whatever light cruisers we have available. Okay, I do not want Pensacola classes because those are 32.5 knots. They'll slow down my Lexingtons. Yeah, so that's actually a huge sighting. And we now know where the 2 main Japanese carrier fleets are. I think there are more carriers out there, but so if I do this, does it just automatically force him to come back? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. We are actually getting quite depleted on. So I don't know how to deal with that situation. The Dauntless is just going to get shot down. It's like kind of hopeless. We'll take those 3 war bonds if we can get them. So we're up to 1,000 war bonds. What we could do is upgrade, maybe make an atoll or something. I mean, I guess I want to upgrade Marshall Islands itself to a big port if we plan on keeping it. If if we ever can hit this. Can we? Do I have to maneuver again? I know that we're going to be tight in here. I think we do. Okay, let's get back over here. Time to launch this. Yeah, good thing you didn't have to witness this, right? It's just boring launching of shell after shell. But it's effective. It's very effective. We can see that not only does it, I mean, it damages the enemy. It gives us war bonds. Please hit. The accuracy. This was all day, midday. I was bombarding. It has not been great. This has been kind of the way things have been. Let's try to hit this one instead. Maybe we'll have some more luck. We're quickly running out of range, which is both bad because I won't be able to fire, but also good because then we can get to the actual invasion. A little embarrassing that we haven't hit this. Jeez. Come on, folks. Let's dial it in. You know, if it was a destroyer or a PT boat or something, you'd have perfect precision aim. But now that it's a searchlight or a coastal gun or AAA, you just can't hit the broadside of a coastal gun. My God. Okay, this is probably your last shot. You dummy. You big dummy. Yeah, that's it. And he missed. Well, whatever. You're going back to gunnery school after this, cowboy. Okay, so apparently there's something we could shoot at. I'm pretty sure I know what that is. It's not what I wanted to be shot at. It's the oil. Okay, it was the large warehouse, but thankfully they missed. Probably could have had one last shot at that searchlight, but fair enough. We have done it. Let's get everyone here to move this way. And once we're really out of range, I'll let the amphibious invasion begin, and then I'll get this fleet. Hey, what are you doing? Just move that way. We'll combine everyone, get everyone else to move this way. And we'll recombine everyone in a moment. So now that we're out of range, I feel comfortable going back to the map. How do we deal with this situation? Well, I really don't know. It's great to know where the other carrier task force is, and like I've already mentioned, like it's gonna be such a long time to get a fleet up there to react. Excuse me. Alright, but CTF Able really does need to resupply at Midway, so we'll have them actually do that. We'll do some merging of fleets and then, excuse me, sorry about that, separating them back out. I think that we want, okay, so I know that this is good. Now, what kind of destroyers do we have here? Clemsons are just, they're not going to cut it, man. I mean, they're slow. Slow is not a problem. It's the range which really kills me. They don't have very good range, but I guess it's fine because they are slow. And we don't want to use any of these light cruisers. We want to use pretty much we only want to use heavy cruisers. So what I think is going to happen is, for now they're going to run around with just destroyers as escorts. I guess these Clemsons are it. And the Pensacola is going to stay for the Yorktown, and the Richmond is going to be dispatched to help out with Task Force Alpha. Or Carrier Task Force Alpha. Yeah, I like this. Okay, so we have a plan. You guys are also going to go to that. And you guys are going to form 2 new fleets, really. So 28 is the Pensacola, which, I mean, just stays here, actually. And then Task Force 1, the Richmond, is going to go to Midway. So it kind of gives us an idea of the new ships we're going to need. The Pensacoolas are probably okay to produce because they are, one, they're good for AAA, they're very good for guns, they have those 10 8-inch guns, So with the AA, I mean AAA, whatever I want to call it, probably it's better to call it AA because it's not an artillery, it's just equipment, part of a ship. So I think it's better if we leave the Pensacola's for the Yorktowns and then get all the Omahas, which are slightly faster. And even though they have less anti-aircraft capability, the Lexington and Saratoga themselves have much more than our Enterprise and Yorktown, so this is going to be brutal. I have a bad feeling about this. I'm going to move those guys this way. Not really sure how this is going to... I don't know any way to save us there. I'm pretty sure we're just going to lose that. I did send out some scouts, aircraft scouts, just to make sure we didn't have anything else behind us. Again, I didn't know where that carrier task force was. Now we do, so that's information that... I mean, probably we didn't need to send out that sweep of fighters. I mean... The good news about a carrier task force is usually, or even any of the big fleets, is they usually kind of advertise their presence with scout planes. You know, hey, something's going on. Okay, so these two fleets are here. Task Force 1, Task Force 28. Let's just move Task Force 28 out because it's stuck on top of Task Force. Actually, this is my surface action group, and it's ready to go. They have no AAA strength. That's a little bit underwhelming. Huh. Didn't think about that. Let's get these guys to go a little bit. I think they're pretty clearly out of range, so now we're going to begin the invasion. If we can. Alright. Who knows? It may have worked. Maybe it didn't. We'll see what happens. Let's invade Marshall Islands. So yeah, these guys, we're just going to have to rely on the submarine to get them. Alright, so let's move Task Force 1, which we can rename now. Yeah, we really need to build some more cruisers. Let's take a look at the Cleveland class as well, since we did just unlock it. So St. Louis class, let's pause the game so I can look at what the upgrades are for it. For 25, this gives a 6 and 6. That's fantastic. Speed of 33 knots. This is actually, I would say, the ideal complement to the Yorktowns. Because I'm more interested in the AA, and I think that we don't really need... Well, I guess it's nice to have the Pensacola's because their 8-inch guns should be longer range, and that means we can actually do port bombardment. The Enterprise themselves... Wait, what? Oh, I thought that was a smudge on my screen. My goodness. The Enterprise and the Yorktown, they don't have weaponry to speak of, so we can't rely on them to do raiding. Okay, the Portland, we already know their role, their raiding role. Here's our new Cleveland. So for 170, you can also buy a Cleveland. They start with 2 at 5 kilometers, and for an additional 50, they get up to 5. So you can get a St. Louis. The Cleveland will go 32.5, so this is slow. Yeah, this is simply not going to be one of the ships we choose. So the Cleveland versus the St. Louis is almost like a really unfair comparison. The Cleveland has more hit points and double the range. Okay, that's an important distinguishment. But you get the St. Louis upgrade, you get 6 AA at 6, which is maybe the best. I think it's the best a cruiser can do. We definitely have higher amounts on the battleships, but so we might want to actually queue up a few of these St. Louis class since they are helpful. This might even be what we want to use, maybe 1 or 2 of these in our our surface action groups. I don't know. All right, so the Brooklyn, buy one of these as well. It's 170, and for 30 you get 5 and 5. Okay, well, it's 5 and 5 at least. It's not 6. It's not 50 to upgrade, it's only 30. So the Brooklyn's probably better, but it is slow. I don't like when they're exactly 32.5. I know I'm going to let that slide with the Pensacola because she's cheaper. 130 and it's what, 50, 40, 45. So at 45, wow, it says here you only get, oh yeah, that makes sense. You get 6 AA at 5 kilometer range. So they're only slightly worse than the St. Louis. So they're 6 at 5 kilometers rather than 6 at 4. But you get them for a lot cheaper, 175 total versus 195. And the Pensacola has those, yeah, I mean, I think the Pensacola is just the winner hands down. How many days does it take to make them? 33 versus 43 for everything else. So let's just get some more Pensacolas. They're a good ship. They're agile for turning. I mean, it's just another benefit. Throw that in as well. And I'm going to let the 1 kilometer range slide, especially because, gosh, the anti-aircraft, this is a dead horse if there ever was one. The AA in this game is way too accurate already. So we're going to commit to this purchase. We're going to buy one. So I don't really know what other ships would be good to have with our battleships. I mean, it seems a little weird to have only destroyers and battleships. I feel like I'm playing Heartspire 3 again, which is the combination you would often use, and then you'd use light cruisers and carriers. Okay, that's fine. All right, so let's do it though. Let's just go ahead and get this renamed. We'll call them SAG 1. It's a little bit close to sub, but it's not. It's capitalized, so it's, yeah, it stands out. So our Surface Action Group 1 is going to move our first. Oh, I could call it the first SAG. That would be kind of nice. We're gonna have all kinds of naming schemes all jumbled together. First Surface Action Group. I probably should have done first Carrier Task Fleet, first CTF, second CTF, SAG Able, SAG Alpha. Should I switch? I'm trying to think. Should I switch it? First SAG versus first. No, we do Task Force with a number after it, so I'm okay doing a letter after it. That's also fine. So first SAG. We probably won't have more of these. Maybe just one more. When the Iowas come out, or maybe with the North Carolina. I don't think I'll be doing that, but okay. So the first SAG is, I don't know. I guess that they will be the support force for making a toll and all that. We'll just as a preliminary staging ground, we'll move them to Johnston Island. We do want to protect Johnston Island as it upgrades anyway. All right, so let's unpause and see what happens. Oh boy, I'm really not sure what's gonna happen there. And the British just are ignoring that fleet. Well, 2 cruisers versus 2 cruisers and a light cruiser. I kind of see why they're avoiding it. Even our group here is not going to be sufficient for dealing with it. So that Surface Action Group is going to move very slow. We shouldn't expect results very quickly at all. Pensacola on the move, the destroyers, light cruiser. And we have... Actually, the Pensacola is staying here, so I'll just throw her right back in. Yeah, go ahead and rest there. The Drum needs her upgrade, so she's coming finally back to port after quite a long ordeal. In fact, she's spent months on her return trip. You know. Oh, okay, so we're sending our dive bombers. Well, I can tell you how that's gonna go. I'll replace it with one set of Wildcats. We'll see what we get done with that, and then I won't kind of spam like I did last time. Tons and tons of fighters. Trying to figure out what's going on here. they gonna start the raid? I need the amphibious invasion to launch. Is that what I did? I don't think you can launch it from this screen for some reason. Yeah, call a landing force, but don't destroy everything. Let's do it this way. Let's just get them to disable all guns. Okay, they're not... I don't think anybody can fire now. Yeah, all the guns are disabled. Good. Don't shoot. So we want to preserve those things. Bumped them out of the way. They're having all kinds of problems. Oh, brother. Alright, so our dive bombers are... Oh, man, they're actually getting close. Can we pretend that they have the element of surprise? The spotter did not return. I mean, maybe they do. Although, frankly, against this, it's a big ask that these guys get through and do anything. I mean, just, they probably get shot down on the way. Although... Okay, task force 28, 29, 28, that's fine. If their altitude is actually 20, they're dead. Did I see something launch? Let's do movement ourselves. Right, let me go in, see if... Please don't be on the ground floor. Please don't be on the... Because if they do, then the fighters are going to launch immediately, and they're just immediately going to be destroyed. Oh, we got a lot of loading going on. Okay. Climb. What are you doing? Keep heading south. Okay, good. Let's enter this combat because I want to pull my fleet away from them. Good. So let's get this group to just run away. I'll go to the world map and I'll try to pull them away there as well. So are they turning? I think they're turning around. Alright, hopefully they don't destroy anything more, and we really got to get to this dive bombing run, because now I'm... No, see, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? Oh! Why do you give me a heartache like this? Stick to the plan. The plan is a good one. It's go in and don't die. Well, yeah, actually, it's go in and kill something, and even if you die. And with only one dive bombing set, okay, here come the zeros. I'm going to pretend that that wouldn't have happened if they hadn't done stupid things like decide to... But whatever. It's their life to live or die, and not mine to judge. These guys are at 6,000. I like that. It's good solid altitude. Let's bring it all the way up. Fighters are probably just going after them now. They're done for. Man, I thought we had the element of surprise there. I thought we could actually get it done. Turns out, no. I don't think so in the end. So we'll go ahead and control this group instead, so that I can make sure that they don't interfere with... Yeah, good. We have the stuff that we want. The hangar, the control tower, these things are not going to be too damaged. More importantly, we get the small oil storage and a large warehouse perfectly intact. So we need 22 of these to land. I think we're easily going to get that. Yeah, you guys just get the hell out of here. Run away. Funny thing is, we're gonna want... Oh. Whoa. What's this? Okay, that was extremely quick. But... look at that! Alright. make all speed excuse me, make all speed for this enemy convoy. Fantastic, we're gonna get some good stuff out of this. Alright, now we could upgrade this. Let's not. The 2 cruisers. Okay, so this is, wow, lots of things going on here. First of all, the level bomber decided to go back on its own. That's hilarious. It wasn't going to do much anyway, but it just would have been nice if they didn't do that. Okay, so this is destroyed. Let's swap it out for a fighter. Let's turn off automatic launching, even though it won't really matter. Do we want to save this for the dive bombers? Yeah, you know what? We'll just take out a dive bomber. Why not? And we'll have the torpedo boats pull close again, so that any AA that they have maybe can contribute. Yeah, alright, we'll launch that one out again. Okay, so, you know, again, we're trying to take the wins with the losses here. Looks like the Kamchatka area, the Aleutian Islands, at least the tail of the Aleutian Islands is probably done for. But we have a enemy convoy that was sailing towards Marshall Islands when we captured it. Not sure what's going on here. Are they still like pulling up onto the shore? They are. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so now that's our oil. That's our large warehouse, and that means, okay, 1,000 shells. Should have a good amount of fuel. Wow, 250. I don't know if that actually matters. Maybe you don't actually get any of the plunder. Maybe you should just destroy it every single time. Alright, that was interesting to see. I think that is the case. 1,000 and 250 is like what we got, I think, from both of these. Even though they were like decimated. Maybe not. No, but we did land and like resupply there, so it's impossible to tell exactly. Alright, well, let's see how this is going. Probably a disaster, but I'd like to see it for myself. So get these guys in here as tight as possible so that we can try to contribute to the air defense. We have a docked ship. What ship do we have that's docked? Oh, here they come. And I have a good amount of flak there. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's incredible. That is a lot of flak and a lot of aircraft just being destroyed here. More valves coming in. Oh, goodness. What did happen to these guys? How did they take any damage? Replace. Let's replace them. Let's not launch them until this wave does its thing. There we go. Alright, how do we do this? Yeah, I think let's move really close here so we can try to contribute to the AAA. It's one way of doing it. Alright, let's launch my fighter as well. Not too much damage, that's not too bad. Airborne, we can maybe take out a Val. They are taking some pretty bad losses in this. They didn't really do that much. What did they destroy? My warehouse. Well, that was... I mean, I guess that's... What are you going to do anyway, right? I don't know what that docked ship is. We don't have a convoy here, do we? Alright, so enter... gain altitude, which you are doing automatically. That's fine. And we're going to want you to hunt down one of these Vals. So I think I'll point you at the lead. Which is, I think, this one. But you can really grab any of those that you can. The chase begins. And we should easily run them down. It's a lot of vowels. My goodness. There's a lot of vowels. Let's take this one. Did we get him? I guess so. Alright, well, very good. We did something. And we have our PT boats. They're going to go down swinging. We all know how that goes. Not well, but... Alright, how's this going down here? Oh, are these cruisers going to intercept this? Because that would be fantastic. That would free me. I mean, I want the war bonds, frankly, but we can probably build. I think we can actually pause real fast to get our construction going on another Pensacola. Do we need another Pensacola, or should we go with an Omaha, which is actually cheaper? Let's find out how much cheaper. So these are rated for 35. And it's 150 versus, what is this? 175, I think. It's 45 to upgrade, so yeah. It's 175 versus 150. You get 3 AA at 6 kilometer range. I mean, these are really good for the, I think this would be good to have a third Omaha class for this, the Lexington and Saratoga. And they're cheap, they're agile. Actually, upgrading them even gives them one local AA, which is not necessary or important, really. They're 30 days to build, which is even faster than the Pensacola. You know what? I like this. We're going to get another Omaha, and that's that for now. Honestly, if we weren't going to upgrade another... Actually, even with upgrading another place, probably Marshall Islands will be our, our springboard. I think... we're going to want to get another Midway. Sorry, another Yorktown class. Just, I think it's foolish not to. I don't think this tug is going to, this group of tugs is going to get into the action in time. So are these guys intercepting? We're definitely much faster than them, so that won't be a problem. I think they are intercepting, or like, even if they aren't intentionally intercepting, it's like they're going to just because they are going so close to them. Alright, let's give that order and see how they follow it. You're getting closer to here. Excuse me, I am losing my voice. Lots of fun stuff is happening. Most importantly, this is just disaster. They're sending in more. Actually, I don't think I want to engage their dive bombers. I really do want their fighters. What? That's not what I want you to do. Just go and get engaged then. Go and get engaged. Sounds like orders for a family member. That's a lot of fighters, but we're just going to let them go get attacked. That is a very, very, very long fight. They're still dancing. I really don't know if it's better to zoom in on those. I mean, to the tactical screen. Not. Yeah, these are going to intercept just by accident. Oh, that's funny. And the group that we sent to raid, well, you know what? We might as well just raid Kavieng then. It's a minor port. That's something. It's not a basic port. So, yeah, I mean, we're here, right? Will it take any pressure off Madang? I don't know. Oh boy. Lots of stuff. So, man, I guess wow. What is going on? What is going on? Just give this guy an order to land. Hey, if he's still intact, if he's not completely destroyed, I'll take the liberty of repairing him. Okay, let's pause and get him back out. I just keep expecting that he's not going to come back, and then he does. So, hooray about that. Is he going to engage this time? No. What? Huh. I don't... What? Okay, he's dead completely. Komodorski fleet was lost. This guy was lost. Oh, okay, view on map. This is very important. Oh my god, 3 bombers. Based on their path, I don't know where they're coming out of. However, we are going to abort this operation. In fact, we probably should have aborted because I don't really want to lose making a toll. Alright, let's go back over here. They can only invade 1, right? So, are they going to turn pursue? I don't think so. It's pretty cool that we spotted them. Is that enough to like get us to turn tail though? Reports of enemy bombers in the area? Where are they though? It's another one of those things that it's like we can see them but not really. Okay, well, in that case, I guess we do just gotta stay the course, at least go over to KVang. We gotta do something. We can scout KVang or something at least. In fact, that's what we'll do. Let's go ahead and launch some scout aircraft. And by some, I mean 1. Get Task Force 22 to move here above that island. Okay, this is fine. That seems like a good plan. Oh, yep, the cruisers are actually engaging. If that actually happens, that's also perfectly okay. I'm fine with them sinking them. I just would have been quite okay to do it myself, of course. Oh. Those bombers have turned towards us. They apparently are very close. We're probably going to get an opportunity to see what the AA is like. Yeah, these are full-on bombers. Okay, prepare to take evasive maneuvers. I will manually order this. Let's make our turn away to buy us a little bit of time. Turn away. And, yep, 1 down. Bombs away. Holy cow, those bombs fell so fast. Was that a bug? I mean, obviously it doesn't make sense for... Oh my gosh. They almost hit us on the way down. Kamikaze style. One's not out of the woods yet. Okay, McCall's gonna be okay. Whew. So far so good, but that was... Well, I mean, it shows you how incredibly effective the double A of ships is going to be. These are some of the worst, right? I think this is like 3. Yeah, 3, and then what is this? 1? It's 0. It only has local. So these guys only have a total of 6 AA strength at 5 kilometers, and they just shot down 2 bombers before they could get there. That's a good little taste of how the anti-aircraft in this game works on ships, which is, in my opinion, just much too effectively. So we're probably going to just get in here to deal with the scraps, but we'll try to deal with the scraps because, hey, every little bit counts. Victory points, I mean war bonds wise, we do want those. So I'm going to call this episode to a close here. Looks like we're going to lose Komodorski, not without a bit of a fight. We already lost our fleet there. We have 29% damage. Still have some turrets left. We'll see what happens. If the battle cruisers and heavy cruisers have long-range guns, they certainly can outrange those and destroy them. This group of tugs looks like it's going to be way too late to the party, so we probably won't dispatch them in the end. I guess I'll swap this out and eliminate this, and then that's it. We won't launch. And there they go. They're actually launching their amphibious raid. Let's view this on map. Continue. See, can we get into the fight there? They actually still have... We still have anti-aircraft there. Oh, they're attacking presently though. What's attacking us? Okay, well, that's probably a bug. So we're dealing with the Jakuma, the Haie, the Kaga's right there too. It's funny. And they're really not going to be able to hit anything from that angle. So I wish I had not gone into the combat. Hopefully they're able to destroy me, because they deserve to, right? They definitely should take that. So hopefully that didn't bug out their ability to succeed there. Yeah, anyways, as I was saying, I think it's just time to call this episode to a close. So we'll pause, we'll put a cut, and I'll see you back for the next one. Until then, thanks for watching, and take care.